Hi everyone, it's Anna from HotOptionBabe.com. Here's a chart for Fslr that we took for earnings here last week on the 29th of July 2010. And what we did is right before earnings, I went and looked at the chart and just gotten to a point where I can glance at a chart and pretty much tell you what's going on. And that comes after years and years of doing charts, I guess. Guess I'm getting older, but I'm getting wiser. Here we go. Let's look at the MACD. Now, I want to show you here on the MACD that we had bearish divergence. Even as the stock was gaining up a little bit, we were getting divergence here. And this was a clear indication to me before earnings that this was going to most likely roll over. The MACD two line, right here you saw the line crossing over and pointing down, as well as on the stochastics on the daily. I also, look at this, shoulder, head, shoulder. Boy, is that a great pattern, isn't it? So that's what pushed me to go bearish. Now, what we should have done, instead of doing a bear put spread, is, and we bought the 125, 120, actually should have done 130, 125 if I was going to do that, but normally this stock moves quite a bit, and it did. It moved 10 points on Friday to the downside, so clearly I was right on direction. What I should have, it was a really crazy week last week, had lots going on, still had a winning trade, but we could have made it much better. And the reason being, the implied volatility on the options chart, the implied volatility, which I always have up on my screen, okay? What you do is you go here. It was, now this isn't where it was on the 90 because we didn't go there, but it was around 68%, which is really high, okay? It's not as high as it could have, you know, as some stocks are like Google's and Amazon's and RIM's, but you can see when at the 125 now it's at 40, it was 68 or higher before those earnings came out. And the 120, yes, we negated some of that by buying the 120, selling the 120 put. So we bought the 125, we sold the 120 for a bear put spread for a debit. Okay, believe the debit was $1.40 average. We did sell it for $1.70 on Friday, the day after, which is not a shabby gain of, you know, of that gain. It's really a nice gain, but we could have done much better. And what I will do for the next time, and what I need to focus and remember that I'm human, I make mistakes. We should have sold the 135, bought the 140 call over here for protection, and we would have captured that IV that came rushing out after earnings. And yes, same thing would have happened with the one we owned, the call we owned that we bought for protection, and this would have been a credit spread, not a debit spread. Now remember, the only difference between, there is no difference between a credit spread and a debit spread. The only difference is you invert them. You become the seller instead of the buyer. The buyer, as a buyer, you are buying something, you have a debit. You sell something, say you're going to sell your car, okay, and you're going to sell your car, you get a credit. So remember, anytime you're selling, it's a credit. Anytime you're buying, it's a debit. Okay, the spread is only created to buy something further away from the strike you sell or buy for protection, because we don't do naked options at HotOptionBabe.com. Okay, so we've learned from our mistake, and we have an awesome trade on Apple upcoming this coming week in the Traders Lounge. Hope that you'll give it a try. We're just, you know, if you follow me, if you don't have the time to do your own strategies, mapping out, charting, and all that, that's what I'm there for. That's all I do. That's what I live for. So, I mean, people that follow me without micromanaging their trades, they all do well, because we like I said, the only earnings we didn't get was one, and that was potash. We missed that one. The chart showed to be bearish, but they must have guided up or something. But you know, we all make mistakes. But for the earnings season, we were 95% successful, and you can't ask for much better than that. So if you've been considering uh, getting back into trading. Great season coming up because September, October, normally a very bearish couple of months, and according to my charts, it's going to be a nice ride. So hopefully we'll see you soon. Have a great weekend, and talk to you soon. Bye.